Sommerfeld Atomic Model, a video created by Madhukeshwara R.S., Assistant Professor of Physics.
The following contents are discussed in this video.
J. J. Thomson proposed the plum pudding model of the atom in 1904, who discovered the electron in 1897. The main postulates of this atomic model are: an atom is a sphere of positive charges. The positive charge is uniformly distributed over the entire sphere and the electrons are embedded in the sphere of positive charge as shown above. The atom is electrically neutral because the net positive charge inside the atom is equal to the net negative charge carried by the electrons. It was suggested that spectral radiations are due to the simple harmonic motion of these electrons on both sides of their mean positions. The drawbacks of this atomic model are: it failed to explain how the positive charges hold the electrons in an atom. It failed to explain the stability of an atom. It could not account for the large angle scattering of alpha particles. A New Zealand-born physicist Ernest Rutherford proposed a model of the atom in 1911, on the basis of his alpha scattering experiment and observations. The positively charged particles and most of the mass of an atom was concentrated in a very small region called the nucleus. The nucleus is surrounded by negatively charged electrons. Electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular paths called orbits. It was found out later that the very small and dense nucleus of an atom is composed of neutrons and protons. Since electrons orbit the nucleus as planets orbit the sun, therefore the model is also called as a planetary model. An atom is electrically neutral because the net positive charge of the nucleus is equal to the net negative charge of the electrons surrounding it. The nucleus is much smaller in size than the atom. The major drawbacks of the Rutherford atomic model are: it was not able to explain the stability of an atom. Because, according to electromagnetic theory, an accelerated electric charge must radiate energy in the form of electromagnetic radiations. Therefore, if the accelerated electron loses energy by radiation, the energy of the electron continuously decreases and it must spiral down into the nucleus. This model was incomplete because there was no mention of the arrangement of the electrons in the orbit. Danish physicist Niels Bohr proposed the Bohr's atomic model in the year 1913. He introduced the quantum theory to overcome the drawbacks of the Rutherford's atomic model. The postulates of the Bohr atomic model are: an electron cannot revolve round the nucleus in all possible orbits. The electrons can revolve round the nucleus only in those allowed or permissible orbits for which the angular momentum of the electron is an integral multiple of h by 2 pi, where h is the Planck's constant. That is mvr equal to nh by 2 phi, where n is called the principal quantum number. The value of n is 1 for k shell, 2 for the m shell and so on. Each shell can accommodate 2 n square electrons. These orbits are called stationary orbits and an electron revolving in these orbits does not radiate any energy. An electron emits or absorbs energy when it jumps from one orbit to another. The electron emits energy when it jumps from a higher energy level to a lower energy level, and it absorbs energy to jump from a lower energy level to a higher energy level. The energy absorbed or emitted by an electron is equal to the difference between the energies of the two energy levels and is given by the Planck's equation, delta A equal to E2 minus E1 equal to h nu, where nu is the frequency of absorbed or emitted photon. The drawbacks of Bohr's atomic model are: the theory could not account for the spectra of atoms more complex than hydrogen. It violates the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Because the Bohr's theory considers electrons to have both a known radius and orbit, that is, known position and momentum at the same time. This model fails to explain the fine structure of the hydrogen atom and also not able to give an account of relative intensities of emitted spectral lines. The Sommerfeld model of an atom is an extended version of Bohr's atomic model. To explain the observed fine structure of spectral lines, Sommerfeld introduced two main modifications in Bohr's theory. The two modifications of the Sommerfeld atomic model are: the path of an electron around the nucleus, in general, is an ellipse with the nucleus at one of the foci. The circular orbits of Bohr are a special case of this. The velocity of the electron varies considerably in the orbit and produces relativistic variations in the mass of the electron. The assumption of Sommerfeld, that is, the electrons of an atom rotate about the nucleus in elliptical orbits rather than circular orbits. Add a couple of different variable parameters. 1. The variable distance of the electron from the nucleus, that is r, and 2. The variable angular position of the electron with respect to the nucleus, that is, the azimuthal angle phi. Thus the momentum of the electron in an elliptical orbit can be resolved into two components, the radial component pr along the radius vector and angular momentum p theta perpendicular to the radius vector. Hence the electron has two quantum conditions given by where nr is called the radial quantum number and n phi is called the azimuthal or angular quantum number. Thus, the Sommerfeld atomic model introduces two quantum numbers instead of single quantum number n of Bohr's atomic model. These quantum numbers are related to the principal quantum number n by the relation. Both nr and n phi take only positive integral values. The radial quantum number nr take values from 0 to n-1 and the azimuthal quantum number n phi take values from 1 to n. If epsilon is the eccentricity of the ellipse with semi-major and semi-minor axes A and B, then using the quantum conditions of an electron and the relation between n, nr and n phi, it can be shown that. But for an ellipse of semi-major and semi-minor axes A and B, hence, by comparing equation 1 with equation 2, gives. This is the condition that determines the allowed elliptical orbits for an electron according to the Sommerfeld atomic model. Thus, if n phi equal to n, then b equal to a and the electron orbit becomes a circle. If n phi equal to 0, then b equal to 0, the ellipse degenerates into a straight line passing through the nucleus, which is not possible. Hence n phi does not equal to 0. If n phi is greater than n, then b is greater than a, which is not possible for an ellipse. Hence n phi cannot be greater than n. Thus n phi can have n values from 1 to n. According to the Sommerfeld atomic model, for a given value of n, n phi can have n different values from 1 to n. Therefore, for a given value of n which represent main orbit or main shell, there are n possible suborbits or subshells of varying eccentricity. Out of n subshells, one is circular and the remaining n-1 are elliptical in shape. Example, for n equal to 1, that is for k shell, n phi equal to 1, hence there is only one subshell. The subshell is a circle, which is represented as 1 suffix 1. For n equal to 2, n phi takes values 1 and 2. Hence there are two subshells. For n equal to 2 and n phi equal to 1, the subshell is an ellipse, which is represented as 2 suffix 1, and for n equal to 2 and n phi equal to 2, the subshell is a circle, which is represented as 2 suffix 2. For n equal to 3, n phi takes values 1, 2 and 3. Hence there are three subshells. For n equal to 3 and n phi equal to 1, the subshell is an ellipse, which is represented as 3 suffix 1. For n equal to 3 and n phi equal to 2, the subshell is also an ellipse, which is represented as 3 suffix 2. And for n equal to 3 and n phi equal to 3, the subshell is a circle, which is represented as 3 suffix 3. Since the electron orbit is elliptical, the velocity of the electron is no longer remains constant, but varies considerably in different parts of the orbit. According to Sommerfeld, the velocity of the electron is high when the electron is nearest to the nucleus and low when it is farthest from the nucleus. As the velocity of the electron is high, which is of the order of 10 power 6 meter per second, the variation in velocity of the electron in an elliptical orbit produces relativistic variation in its mass according to the relation m equal to m naught by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, where m naught is the rest mass of the electron and v is the velocity of the electron. According to the Sommerfeld model, the relativistic effect is higher in the orbits of greater eccentricity. Hence, the orbit of higher eccentricity will have higher energy compared to the orbit of lower eccentricity for a given value of n. The relativistic effect not only affects the energy of the electron in an orbit, but also affects the path of the electron in an orbit. Hence, the orbit of the electron is no longer a simple ellipse, but it is a rosette, a precessing ellipse. By considering the relativistic variation in the mass of the electron with velocity, a relativistic correction term was introduced by Sommerfeld to the total energy of the electron and is given by where alpha is equal to E square by 2 epsilon naught Ch approximately equal to 1 by 137, is called the fine structure constant, which is a dimensionless quantity. H alpha line is due to the transition from n equal to 3 state to n equal to 2 state of the hydrogen atom. According to the Sommerfeld atomic model, there are 2 possible subshells for n equal to 2 and there are 3 possible subshells for n equal to 3. Hence 6 transitions are possible now. Out of 6 possible transitions, only 3 transitions are allowed based on the selection rule delta n phi equal to plus or minus 1. Based on this, Sommerfeld successfully explained the 3 components of H alpha line of hydrogen atom, that is the fine structure of H alpha line of the hydrogen atom. Here the continuous lines show the allowed transitions and the dotted lines show the forbidden transitions. The limitations of the Sommerfeld atomic model are: this model could not explain the distribution and arrangement of electrons in atoms. This model was unable to explain the spectra of alkali metals such as sodium, potassium, etc. This model could not explain phenomena such as Zeeman effect and Stark effect. This model does not give any explanation for the intensities of the spectral lines.